Kempton Park, the last weekend in February, the hope of spring and the festival lingering in the air. And if it was Cheltenham clues the crowd were looking for, the Adonis hurdle appeared to have really livened up the betting for the Triumph hurdle.
Oh, this is very good. It is Fusel Raffles, draws 10 legs clear in the blink of an eye. And
Fusel Raffles absolutely bolted up for Daryl Jacob and Nicky Henderson, and suddenly the English juvenile division appeared to have a rival to take on Sir Eric. However, a bad cut suffered when jumping the final flight means the 4-year-old will be on the easy list in 2 weeks' time. Connections hope he will be back for Aintree. Angel's Breath, for so long at the front of the betting for the Supreme Novices Hurdle, made his return to the track in the Grade 2 Dovecote Novices Hurdle and failed to justify his pre-race odds of 8 to 11, coming in second behind the Paul Nicholls trained Southfield Stone.
they race on the flat. Southfield Stone is hanging to the stand side. Angel's Breath coming with a charging run, racing up to the line. Southfield Stone keeping on well enough to win from Angel's Breath second.
Nice surprise to us, to you?
Yeah, obviously, he had it up against him before the race, but he travelled well today and he turned up. He really put his head out in the closing stages.
The immediate reaction to Angel Breath's effort was one of disappointment, and he was quickly pushed out in the betting for the opening race of the festival. But there was perhaps more encouragement that was initially obvious in his run, and those that were quick to avail themselves of the 16s might be sitting on a very juicy docket in a couple of weeks.
We got the race in we needed. We're of the opinion that he's still a 2-miler. And Cheltenham will suit him an awful lot better.
The novice chasers were in action in the Grade 2 Pendle Novices Chase, and the Harry Fry trained Bags Groove provided Noel Feely the chance to enjoy a big Saturday winner in a season so disrupted by injury.
Obviously had a rough couple of weeks, but good to get a winner yesterday, a winner today, and hopefully the ball is rolling now and Cheltenham around the corner.
The handicap chase over 3 miles looked very competitive on paper, but it was the outsider of the field, Walt, who took the spoils in decent fashion of bottom weight. Given a lovely ride by Sam Twiston Davies, the Neil Mulholland trained 8-year-old looks set to be competitive at Cheltenham, although which handicap entry he takes up is yet to be decided.
Like this fella, the Drew's nephew, is the son of King Cedar, give you your first Cheltenham Festival success. Neil, will this fella head that way?
Yeah, they're both by the same stallion, they probably both go down the same line, so obviously that win today will help his chances of securing a run and things like that. If the ground was good, obviously the horse seems in good form. His last 3 runs are first, second and first, and he's definitely a horse going the right way.
In the opening contest, the handicap hurdle, there was an absolutely thrilling finish which went the way of favourite Eric LaRouge for trainer Jane Williams and son Chester. The Coral Cup looks a likely target at Prestbury Park.
Eric LaRouge is fighting back on the near side as they race up towards the line. Eric LaRouge wearing down Not That Fuise, and Eric LaRouge wins again!
The Noel Williams trained another Crick needed to put up a very smart performance to ensure he would get into a Cheltenham handicap ahead of the handicap chase over an extended 2.5 miles, and he did just that. 13 lengths the winning margin at the line for the 5-2 favourite, and a £12 hike in the weights from the men in suits at the BHA. But will this new mark of 136 be enough to get into the Close brothers? It's going to be very close. Over at Fairyhouse on Saturday, there were fewer Cheltenham clues around, but still some very decent performances. Way Back Home gave Poiric Roach the biggest win of his career when landing the Grade 3 juvenile hurdle under Robbie Power. Whilst in the Bobby Joe chase, Rathvinden showed his well-being with a comfortable success in the Grade 3 contest for the pairing of Mullins and Townend.
Rathvinden over the last, just in the lead from Alfred Azobo, and they've drawn clear from Valserlado and up towards the line. Rathvinden is going to win the Bet Victor Bobby Joe chase.
The victory saw his price contract for the biggest race of them all. No, not the Cheltenham Gold Cup, but the Grand National. Now a clear second favourite behind last year's hero Tiger Roll, he is likely to head straight to Aintree.
I think the Grand National is probably the race we'll just aim for. Whether he has another run in the meantime or not, I don't know, but I'd like to keep him right for Fairyhouse. I just said to Paul when he got down off him, he jumped brilliant for you, which he says he's the best jumper in the yard, so I think he's trying to book his ride for Aintree, but that's where we'll be looking now. Anyhow.
On to Sunday at Naas, and in the Grade 2 Novice Hurdle, the favourite Chosen Mate and Hannon served up an absolute thriller, with Davy Russell getting the better of David Noonan in a photo.
Chosen Mate is all out as Hannon is lunging on the outside as they run towards the finish, but Chosen Mate on the far side is possibly just when Hannon was closing with every stride.
Half an hour later, and Davy Russell had to make do with a runner-up finish on Dr. Phoenix as Cadmium took the Grade 3 chase for Mullins and Townend. Both are entered in the Grand Annual at Cheltenham, and it'll be interesting to see if they take up that particular engagement. The biggest race on the card from a prize money perspective was the handicap chase over 2.5 miles. Poker Party went into it off a mark of 128 and is now up £10 after a 2-length win under Rachel Blackmore. Trainer Henry de Bromhead and connections now face an anxious wait to see if that will be enough to get him into the Close Brothers on the opening Tuesday at the festival.
His jumping improved again today, so you know he's on an upward curve.